hope you guys are doing well. We're back with another What's Sold. This is, I think, 3 days of sale, so hopefully there'll be some good stuff here. We're still a few weeks back from where the current time is. We are getting caught up, though. Slowly but surely, we're inching forward, so we're getting close to being caught up, which is awesome. I've been working on that for a while, trying to get caught up, and life just keeps you busy. So I wanted to first address a couple things. One thing, Matt over at Part-Time Pickers, he did shout me out because I had bought something from him from his eBay store, so I appreciate that. I'm sure all of you know about Matt. He's got a wonderful channel. Super good reseller. Definitely an awesome part of the community as well. Very supportive of other channels and just people within the community, and also with his viewers and stuff. He's just very kind and generous. So, great guy. And when it comes to reselling, definitely one of the ones who he knows his stuff. He seems to find quite a bit of good deals. Moves a lot of inventory, especially for a part-timer. Probably outsells some full-timers with the volume he's doing. So he's one of those guys I kind of look to try to motivate me to keep me going and sell as much as I can. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are. I'm sure most of you are, though, because he's definitely a big channel and everyone seems to know about him, rightfully so, because you're going to learn a lot from him. With regard to what's coming next, though, guys, I do have some questions that I've been putting on at the back of the video. There's not one in this video, but if you do ask a question, I'll try to include those at the end. And also, when it comes to the rock and roll buy, we're kind of tracking that. Sometimes you'll see me go to the little paper sheet where actually you can see the number. If it's not there at the end of every video, I'll put some text on the screen just to show you what the total is for the rock and roll buy so far. It's an awesome buy. We're making quite a bit of money, and we still have lots to sell. So I know some people want to kind of track that along, so you'll see that at the end of the video if you like. But I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey everyone, we're back with the sales for Monday. Starting off the week okay. A lot of easy shipping items for sure. One item's not even mine. I'm selling it for my father-in-law, so that one's probably the biggest sale, and doesn't really help me with the total, but I'm glad it sold for him. And then I did sell one other thing that I have to go back and pick up from storage, so I'll grab that and hopefully a couple other things. But I sold an iPhone 6S. This one sold for 100 shipped. They paid it off and everything. It's one of their old phones, so 100 shipped on that, which was kind of the best you could really get, I could see from what I was seeing, unless it was like a refurbished one or whatever. So happy about that. I'm always leery about selling phones though, so we'll get it to them once we get good feedback or there's no issues. Then we'll go ahead and pay my father-in-law for what it is. But I'm always a little leery with cell phones and stuff. I don't really like to mess around with them too much. Star Wars figure. This is from the $1,600 toy buy. This sold for 28 shipped on a best offer. It's the Saga Legends 501st Legion Trooper. Box is a little bit of warping there to the card, but still sold. It'll go first class. An HP 64 ink. This was $3 from the discount store near me. You can see through. I couldn't even get that one off, but it sold for 17 shipped. It'll go first class. A New Bright charger sold for 10 shipped. That's about what you can get for these. I don't sell for a ton, but 10 or 12. Maybe it was 12 shipped, but it's right around whatever that price range is. That's usually what I get, 10 to 12, somewhere in there. If you have a battery that works, but then you confirm the battery will hold a charge, you can get a little bit more, but the replacement chargers aren't worth a ton, but if you see them, might be worth grabbing. These are a bunch of halogen reflectors here, little bulbs. I got like 20 of these or so from Savers one day in a bunch of different bags. I think I paid around $3 for 5 of them, and I think I ended up with 20 or 21, something like that in total. This little lot sold for 20 shipped. They're still light enough to go first class, so it's an alright deal. It is a multi-quantity listing, so if the other ones ever sell, we'll make good money, but this is my first one to sell. This is a movie here that was in the rock and roll buy. It's called Foxes, with Jodie Foster, I guess. I don't know. This one sold for like 14 ships, somewhere like crazy. I did not think it would be worth that much, but scanned it and it came through. A pretty good dollar amount. Crash Warp sold for like 14 shipped for PS1. Friday, the original soundtrack sold for 10 shipped. And then this is Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. This sold for 10 shipped as well, CD. Those are all from the rock and roll buy. And then Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you want to pronounce it, sold for 8 shipped on a best offer. It's a PSP game. One of the ones I got in a big lot, just happy to get rid of it. This is also from the rock and roll buy. It's Christmas Carols. This sold for $14.99, something like that. It's like a little music book there with different Deck the Halls and Away in a Manger, all that. So pretty good deal there. And then these are Demonia, I don't know. These are like some crazy boots here. You can tell these ones are beat up. I paid $2 at a garage sale for these. There are some of this brand that have like spikes and studs and stuff. If you find those, you could get $100 or more sometimes, depending on which one it is. These ones sold for 50 on a best offer. I listed them as heavy worn, need a restoration or possibly repair, you know, whatever, but they still sold for 50 shipped. So hopefully, I mean, it was clear in the listing. There's plenty of photos, all that good stuff, but you never know with something like this. I'm hoping someone saw that and is aware, and there won't be an issue, but they are a smaller size too. What are they, like a 6 or something? 7? I guess that's not too small. I thought they were a 6. But either way, if you find these and you can find them with the studs or like kind of crazy stuff on them, accessories maybe or whatever, those ones do even better. So that's it for right now. I'll see you guys in the next clip with what else sold. Just to catch you guys up, I haven't really paid attention to the rock and roll chart here for how much stuff is sold, but we're up to $1160.53, so $1,160.53 based on what we have sold right here. So that's quite a bit. Remember, we paid $735, I think, in total for everything. So we're already at this point. We are probably just in the profit a little bit after fees and everything and shipping. Most of the shipping on this stuff is super cheap because it's all media mail, so for the most part. So we're kind of right there making our money back, maybe a little bit in the positive, but we have done really well, and I'm very thrilled with how we've been doing on this buy, and I still haven't even touched all the tour shirts yet. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We're back with the final solds for Monday. This is a Radio Shack TRC. This is just a manual for the Sands of Egypt. There actually is like a game that comes with it, but I just had the manual from the big Radio Shack Tandy buy. That took a best offer of 20 shipped on. I had like 5 to 10 of these little manuals, and I think I've sold 1 or 2 already, a couple more. They will eventually all sell for probably that $15 to $20 range. It's just going to take a while. There's not a huge collector market there, but there is some. Obviously, if you have the game, you can do even better. This is from the Rock and Roll buy. I Me Mine by George Harrison. This one sold for 40 shipped. Prices were all over the place. Some as high as like, I want to say $90 or something like that, which they were listed that way. Solds were $20, $15. One sold for 50, I think. This is mine kind of towards the top end, got 40 shipped on it. Happy about that. And this is from the Rock and Roll, not the Rock and Roll, the rap and hip hop cassette buy. This is Lord Finesse, The Awakening. I think this sold for a best offer of 22 shipped. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with the what sold for Tuesday. Pretty good day, and I have a couple things still to show you guys in the next clip. Let's get into it though. This is from that big Starbucks buy we had. We've had a bunch of these, paid $5 each for different kinds. This Swell Traveler, 120-ounce black, sold for $35, $25 shipped, somewhere around there. You'll see on the screen. Again, paid $5. That one ends up going, I think, either in a padded flat rate or it goes just over the pound mark in a priority box. Not too bad. Usually we spent 5 each, and we usually make at least 25, or we sell for at least 25 shipped, as high as I think 45 shipped for the Stanley ones. So we've done really well on all those Starbucks stuff. This is a toy from the $1,600 Lego toy video game buy. This is a Todd McFarlane's Blair Witch. Brand new seal. There's a little damage to the card. You can kind of see on the back there some warping. That's all for 35 shipped though. Happy to get rid of it. Here's a crystal tree. It's missing this tier right here, the second one. Everything else is there, and it has the little cups for it, but it's just missing a little plastic insert. It was $3 at an estate sale. The lady said it was complete. I didn't take it out and build it. I took her word for it. It was pretty full in there, but once I set it up, it wasn't. It still sold for like 24 shipped. Someone bought it. They put a note that it was for their grandma. I messaged them just to confirm they saw that it clearly said it was not complete. It was missing that part and everything like that. So hopefully there's no issue. If there is, we'll cancel it, but at buyer request. But it should be pretty obvious looking at the photos, and it says as is, and it shows that it's not there. But if you find these little crystal trees, I've sold one before that was complete. Usually I get 35 to 40 shipped on one of these if I can find a vintage one. They seem to sell pretty well. A Dolphins head cover set here. See, there are 3 of them. These were $3, $4 at a garage sale, and they sold for 25 shipped. I ended up having them for like almost a year. I listed mine a little higher, just waiting for them to sell, and it finally paid off. This is one of the fairies from the big fairy lot. I did not do bubble wrap like this is how they had it, so I just put it back on. We'll pack it up much nicer than this, but those are the wings that go in the back. Kind of see her down there. I'm looking on the screen too. She was part of the big $1,200 buy. With all the fairies and statues, and there's some Egyptian statues in there. There was some Disney Showcase stuff, all kinds of stuff. But these fairies will probably, most of the ones I have will go anywhere from probably $45 to $100 depending on which one and size. This one took a best offer of 65 ship. Happy to get rid of them because they take up a lot of space, and I have a whole top of 2 shelves stacked with these things, and I want to get rid of them just because they take up so much space. But they will make good money when it's all done, but it's going to take a while. These are a bunch of Kenneth E. Hagen little pamphlet books here. Actually, I sold 10 of them for 35 shipped, and those are the 10 wrapped here. When I was cleaning up, we found a couple more. I'm just going to throw them in, though. It's not worth relisting these by themselves, and if not, and maybe you can make a little money on these, but if you can find them in a big lot, these ones do end up selling. But I'm going to throw the extra 4 in there, so hopefully the person will enjoy them. But 35 shipped on those, going medium mail. Here's another Adobe Acrobat 7, comes with the CD key. This one sold for 17 shipped. I got 3 of these, and I paid $5 for a set of 3 and an Adobe 8. Here's the Bose Wave radio. This one I actually sold before. It does work, but the CD, I guess the guy said the CD after a while will stop spinning. I tested it out, and it worked fine, and shipped it out to him, but I didn't test the CD for like multiple songs, and apparently if you test it long enough, eventually it does stop. He sent it back. It appears to be the same one, and it does stop after a while if you let it play. So I guess that was a not great testing on my part. I ended up reselling it, and it sold for 90 shipped as is for parts. So I messaged the buyer on this one too, just to make sure they were aware. Again, it's all over the listing. It says for parts, it says as is, it explains the issue, but I always double check to see if there's any issue before we get it packed up. And then lastly, the books. 3 more testimonies of the church. This little set, 3, 4, and 8, sold for 20 shipped, so happy to get rid of those. Here's a veterinary dentistry book. It came in a big lot of books I bought for like $50, and there were 2 veterinary ones. One already sold for 55. This one sold for 17 shipped, so just those 2 books paid for everything. So that was a pretty good deal there. A Toyota 3KH engine manual. This one ended up selling for 20 shipped or something like that, 18 shipped, somewhere around there. And then this Toyota Starlet one, also from the $500 manual by 1983. This one sold for 20 shipped on a best offer. So that's it for right now, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We're back with the final 3 sales from Tuesday. This is a 93 Toyota Celica repair manual. I believe this one is from the $500 manual buy, sold for 35 shipped. This is from another recent buy. I call it the Nike buy. I bought a bunch of Nike shoes for $350 and a bunch of other junk from Storage Unit Guy. This little Looney Tunes DVD sold for 13 shipped. I think we sold 3 DVDs so far for around 30 or 40 bucks in total. There's a lot of stuff that's going to sell, but I haven't even got all of it listed yet. And then here's a Nintendo 64 controller. This is the gold one. Sold for 32 shipped. A little bit of scratching right there. Still works though. Tested it out and got 32 shipped. It ends up going first class. So these 64 controllers always end up selling if you can price them right. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with another What Sold. This is for Wednesday. Pretty good day here, so let's get into it. I think I told you guys before I bought a bunch of this rust remover. Probably 200 or so boxes of these, 2 different types. This is my 3rd set to sell of 5. This ended up selling for 25 shipped. We paid 30 for all of it, so if it all does sell, it'll be one of the best buys probably ever. It's going to be quite a bit of money for a little investment, but we only sold 3. They've been out for probably 4 months. Nope, longer than that. 6 months now, something like that. So quite a while, but you know, if they do sell, it'll be good in the long run. This is the Disney Showcase. This is from the $1,200 buy. This is a Couture de Force Tinkerbell figurine. Sold for a best offer of 85 shipped. Happy about that. A couple of DVDs. This is from the Rock and Roll buy. Sean Connery sold for 12 shipped. And Sylvester Stallone sold for 10 shipped. Oscar is the movie. Sylvester's the actor, obviously Oscar the movie. 10 shipped there. FIFA Street for Xbox 360 sold for 11. Gears of War sold for 13 shipped, something like that. And then Farberware Perfect Heat Control. This one's a little bit beat up. It's still sold for 29 shipped. These little Perfect Heat Controls can do really well if you can find them. This is a gaming keyboard, the Z board. It actually looks like it's brand new, open box. Everything's still wrapped up in there. I did a little research on the keyboard though. This particular one struggles because it has a gaming key set as well, and it struggles with Windows 10 from what people were saying. You have to go in there and go into the registry and change some keys and stuff like that to make it work, I guess. I put that in the description. It sold for 70 shipped. That's from what I'm calling the Nike buy. So if I say anything Nike buy, that's what it's from. We paid $350 that day. Here is a a Bond Ultimate Sewing Machine. It's the replacement pieces here with the needles. This one sold for $47 ship for the pair. They'll end up going FedEx. I'm guessing we probably won't spend more than like 16, 17 bucks, 18, maybe 20 on the highest end, so we'll still make some money. I decided to part this unit out, and I've done really well parting everything out from it. Only problem is, because of how old it is, this little sticker thing here left a mark. You can cut left marks. It kind of does peel off. It just needs to be clean, but I did put that in the description. A couple or 5 packs of this matte photo paper by Canon. These sold for 40 ship. They've had them for a little while though. I think we paid about 10 bucks for all these, but they ended up selling. A couple of book sets, the Amish Millionaire and the Discovery series. These ones sold for a 35 ship for the pair. I think I paid about 6 bucks at a book sale, and they'll go medium mail, so an easy sale there. And lastly, this is actually not mine. I'm selling it for someone else, but it's a Brother laminator roll. It is brand new in here. This one sold for 100 ship, so something to look out for if you do see it. This laminator replacement roll does do well. Again, this one the box is open, but everything's new inside, and I got 100 shipped on this. So that's it for right now. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Final sale from Wednesday. This is an Olympus Stylus Epic Zoom 115. Actually doesn't work though. It has an issue when you try to turn it on, it turns itself right back off. It has a new battery, so I'm not sure. I sold it for 18 ship for parts, but these all-weather Olympus ones can do really well. Some of them can go for like 150 bucks if you have the right model, but they are worth looking out for if you can get them for cheap enough. The batteries are a little less common, so you probably have to order some, but it might be something to keep an eye out for. So 18 shipped on that.